Hi everyone, this is Rheuben. Today I'm going to introduce you to the clarinet. The clarinet is a member of the woodwind family and is unique among the woodwinds. Most woodwind instruments overblow what we call an octave. When you finger a D, you push a register key, you get a D. The clarinet is unique. It overblows a 12th. So when you finger a low G and push the register key, you get a D. So the clarinet, you never use the same fingering twice for a note. That makes it completely unique amongst the woodwind instruments. Now, the clarinet comes in a case. As you open the case with your brand new clarinet, you'll see there's a lot of pieces in here. So we'll start with the bottom of the clarinet is called a bell. This is the bell section. The next piece is called the lower joint. We'll take it out of this fancy wrapping. Maybe. Maybe I will. Yes, I will. Now when the instrument is new and they come packed, they come with corks under some of the keys to keep the keys down so they help them travel. So you take a pair of tweezers and simply pull out the little corks. Now all the keys on this joint wiggle. Okay, the next piece is called the upper joint. This is the top part of the clarinet. Again, it has a bunch of little corks in that we have to take out to so it'll play. And the key is, will they come out? The answer is eventually. Everything works. The next piece is the barrel. Now the barrel of a clarinet is very important, and it comes in many different lengths. And the reason for the different lengths are when a person plays, everybody has their own kind of embouchure and has their own mouthpiece, and the barrels come in short from about 62 to 67 in length, millimeters. And so different barrels will produce different kinds of sounds, but that's for another talk. Then we go to the mouthpiece. Now this one comes with a mouthpiece, reed, and everything all put together. So we'll take it apart and show you all the different pieces. We have the cap, which is used to protect the reed and mouthpiece when you're not playing the instrument. We have the ligature, which is what holds the reed on the clarinet, on the mouthpiece. We have the actual mouthpiece, and of course the reed. Now the first thing I'm going to do is put the instrument together, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to soak the reed so that you can play the reed. You must soak it and get it wet. You just put it in your mouth and soak it. While I'm doing that, I will open this. It's called cork grease. Now to put the instrument together, the clarinet has a lot of corks. So you have to put a little grease on your finger, run it around the cork, make sure the cork is greased, then you put it on. Now when you hold this down, you put your hand around the two bottom keys and hold them down so you can't bend them, and you put on the bell section. Then for the next piece, the piece where the keys are sticking out here, that will go against this other piece, so you have to grease that again. When you put this piece on, it's very important that your finger goes around and closes this key. That lifts this bridge key. So you can't bend it when you put it together. So you close this down, hold it, and then put this on, and you don't bump into the bridge key. And you line it up so that this part is even in the middle. Next thing you put on would be the barrel. Then, excuse me, got a little bit of a cold. Next thing you put on will be the mouthpiece. Now, as you look down the back of the clarinet, you will see that the thumb rest, the octave key, and the mouthpiece needs to be straight in line. So the middle of that flat part is lined up in the middle of this key. Okay, now that you have the reed wet, you put the ligature on the mouthpiece, you take the reed, you slip it underneath the ligature, and line it up with the mouthpiece. You want it to be even with the tip And in the center at the bottom, you pull the ligature down and tighten it. Once that's done, you're ready to play. The clarinet, like I said, is overblows a 12. So when you finger a note like you finger a C here in the bottom, when you push this register key, it becomes a G. It's not a C, it's a G. So this makes this completely unique. Now this works the same as any other woodwind instrument. It has a reed. You put your bottom lip over your teeth. This is called the embouchure. Put the clarinet in your mouth, put your top teeth on the thing. Wow, lovely. And that's how you produce the first note. And then when you get ready to quit playing, you put this back on, and the reed cap goes on, and the clarinet is protected. Now to take the instrument apart, you can take off the cap, take off the ligature, reed, mouthpiece, and you do it just backwards. Take off the barrel, put it in the case. Make sure even when you're taking it apart that you close this key so you don't bend this bridge key. Then put these hands over so you close these two keys. Take it off, lay it in the case, close these two keys, take off the bell, put that in the case, put the bottom joint back in the case, and then I don't put the reed on the mouthpiece. You can put that in the case, and then generally you have a little thing that the reed can go in. You put the reed in the case. You don't just lay it in here like I'm doing, but that's that. Then close your cork grease. Put it in the case. Close the case. And you're ready to travel. Clarinet is very light, very small, and very easy to get around with. And that's the introduction to the clarinet. Thank you so much.